But let me know what you guys think, man. Go ahead with that. All right, in our next story, we got to talk about Braun. We got to talk about Braun. So a lot of stuff going on with LeBron right now. Let's do it right here. So LeBron James' retirement decision receives a new update. So after the Los Angeles Lakers were eliminated from the playoffs in April, the biggest talking point heading into the offseason and reshaping the roster and acquiring a new center to improve their championship hopes. However, no storyline has generated more buzz than LeBron James' future and the possibility of him playing his final season with the Los Angeles Lakers. And man, this shit has been toxic as hell, man. LeBron had one option, player option on his contract because he signed a 2-year contract a couple years ago. He opted into his 52.6 player option for the 2025-2026 season, but did not sign an extension with the Lakers, a move many interpret as a sign that his time in Los Angeles may be winding down. The rumors initially linked him with potential trade. So, of course, LeBron and his team did as much as they could to try to spin this. On his camp, LeBron's agent came out, talked about they re-signed with the Lakers, but they also want to see the Lakers be competitive. They want to see the Lakers do stuff. And, LeBron's at the twilight end of his career, so he wants to be on a competitive team and potentially win a championship. That's what you were hearing from LeBron's camp and his agent, Rich Paul. And then on the Lakers side, they're essentially saying it as, okay, LeBron did opt in with his player option, but we also didn't offer him a contract extension either because the Lakers on the back end are trying to move towards their future, right? Luka Doncic should be their future. So there's essentially different stories coming from each side. And from LeBron's camp, it does make sense. If you're a star player, this is typically what you do when you want to put pressure on the team to be able to build a team around you. You put as much pressure on them to get them to do stuff. They finally got the center that they needed, so they're making moves towards getting to where they need to be. But they were severely lacking a center, and they finally got one. Kenneth Brown says this would be his final NBA season with the Lakers. Absolutely, Kenneth. I believe this will be his final season with the NBA Lakers. But not only that, and this is something we're going to be getting to, I think this might be LeBron. Next year might be LeBron's final season in the NBA, period. So we're going to get into that as well, too. So rumors initially linked him with potential trades. Recent chatter focused on whether James may be considering retirement next summer. So on top of LeBron and his camp trying to put pressure on the Lakers to be able to make some moves in the offseason, there was also rumors of different teams that LeBron could be traded to. There was the Cleveland Cavaliers that was brought up, the Golden State Warriors. What was the other team? There's a couple other teams as well, too. But I don't think any of these are going to materialize. What they would have to give up for LeBron for such a short period of time, it would essentially destroy their teams. And the only teams that would actually trade everything and go all in for LeBron and potentially LeBron's son are just teams that want to sell tickets. You know what I mean? And those aren't teams that LeBron wants to be on anyways. So I think for LeBron, man, this might be kudos, man. So the talks of James playing just one more year before he draws the curtain gained traction when ESPN's Dave McMenamin reported there have been no extension or trade talks between LeBron and the Lakers, suggesting James could be preparing for his last year in the league. Yeah, I think, I'll be honest, I think this year coming up, 2025, 2026, and this is probably they're going to announce before the beginning of the season, I think LeBron's going to retire. This might be his last year, in my personal opinion. Because at this point, going through a whole NBA season, the toll it takes on your body, the fact that LeBron already said publicly that his wife wants him to retire. You know what I mean? He said, essentially came out and said that his wife is giving him 1 to 2 years max to be able to retire, right? She wants him to retire. So that's actually something similar that you heard from Tom Brady's wife before he eventually retired from the NFL as well, too. Obviously, that didn't work out the best. But I think LeBron's situation is a little bit different as well, right? He added, the sense I get is that LeBron wants it all. Later in this article, he said he wants the farewell tour. He wants all the different franchises reliving all his moments against him. He wants all the glitz and the glam that comes with one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player of all time, calling it quits eventually. And then here's another article here from Full Court Pass. This came on July 18th. It says LeBron James is expected to announce his retirement advance as he wants a retirement tour. He would want the recognition, ceremonies, and celebration of his career that come across the league rather than quietly retiring in the offseason. Yeah, man, looks like LeBron, it might be kudos from his camp. The fact that he did not push for an extension, that, there's rumors of trades, but I think that's more about just to put pressure on the Los Angeles Lakers. But also, most teams who would be able to contend for a championship aren't looking for LeBron James at this point, bro. Like, not in the later twilight of his career. Obviously, LeBron still, physically can play the game. But at this time, I think a lot of NBA teams have smartened up. I think the super team is a thing of the past, and you're looking at putting the right pieces around your team. And, you know, for you to go all in on LeBron James, who might just have 1 year left in the league, it just doesn't make sense for most teams. So most GMs, you know, unless they can just trade away some garbage or whatever like that for LeBron James, they're not going to be doing it. Should that be the case, it would align with how other legends ended their career. The late Kobe Bryant announced his retirement a few weeks into the final season and was honored by fans and franchise leagues throughout the year. So one thing I will say, man, the LeBron glaze throughout the entire season, when LeBron finally retires, man, that LeBron glaze is going to be crazy, man.